Good morning. Next news. They are just dumb and unusable. 19 modern inventions that were supposed to make our lives easier, but ended making them way harder. BuzzFeed. It has immense potential for good, but, as always, some bad actors spoiled the whole thing. Below are your comments. Fantastic list, well curated, agree with them all. None of the services they serve the business. I have always said that technology's purpose is simplifying one's life, not making it more complicated. Ed. Why follow a 5-step procedure, when a single step will do? Why use an app when there are simpler and more efficient ways of doing things? I could go on, but I think you get my drift. I lived and survived up until 1994 without a cell phone. Then I accepted a job that required me to have one and answer it 24/7. When cancer retired me without my consent, I gave up that cell phone. At 76, many people are incensed that I refuse to become addicted to one today. Today the cell phone makes my life near impossible. Number 3 by far is one of the worst, touch screens in the vehicles. Do the designers and automaker engineers realize that when driving even on a very smooth road, RV vehicles rock in all possible directions enough to the point where it becomes nearly impossible to EV and touch the Windows 10 and even worse, Windows 11.2, updated contracts for online whatever. I signed the contract years ago and that is the contract you need to stand by. And if you refuse to agree to the new contract, you can't log in anymore. Point 3. Call centers where the people can hardly speak English, but they have American names. Computer menus. Especially in cars. Programmers get a hard on adding endless features like a 6th grader who's discovered PowerPoint. But they just create a bunch of unintuitive layered menu mess of a bunch of stuff few people ever use. The commonality in all these is they're there to help the company increase profits, not help the consumer. They forgot restaurants with no cash. Walk into a small fast food style sushi restaurant, they want you to scan a QR because they have no menu. I can see the Coke sitting on the counter in ice. I just want a Coke. You need to order on the app, and no, we only take electronic payments. I have Yelp, now you have a problem. 1 star. I remember when on was on and off was off. You turned the button or hit the switch and there it was. The music, the radio, the whatever. Now you have to wait for whatever to boot up, run system checks, and finally let you in, unless there is an update you have to download and run first. I dislike e-tickets. Forced to take cell phone to events I would not take it to but need it for ticket, go to baseball game. With my sons they have their cells so I would not take mine. With e-tickets I have to take mine in case we are separated while in line. Plus I like keeping the ticket stubs, helps me remember what seats are good. Everything is a startup now and the only goal for businesses is to increase revenue and not to act to. Ally offer a valuable product, service, make things better. Growth for the sake of growth is the ideal GY of a cancer cell. Edward Abbey. Amazing. I agree with everything on this list. I despise the console touch screens in newer cars. Roads are bumpy. Trying to touch the proper icon can be difficult, at best, in many cases. Then too, people who don't see too well at that range find it much easier to use knobs and/or levers. Just like in the olden days. Aiming at these touchscreen icons also takes one's attention off the road as you scroll through the menu to get to the thing you wish to adjust. Isn't it ironic that using phones while driving was once banned because it meant taking your eyes off the road, but touchscreens are perfectly legal, despite forcing the driver to split their focus are the exact same reasons? Wish car manufacturers would go back to knobs and Much easier. Much safer. The lack of websites. I refuse to go to the app if there isn't a functional website. Smart washing machines. They don't use nearly enough water, so the soap doesn't rinse out. I hardly use any soap. There are times that the water doesn't cover the clothes. So then I have to open and close the lid about 50 times to get more water. And why does one cycle talk? A full hour? The non-energy efficient dumb machines only took 35 minutes, so I have to run the machine twice for very load. First to clean, second to rinse. How does that use less water and energy than the old machines? Agree with number 5. If you can't give me a printed menu, I will just get up and leave. Went to Taco Bell and tried ordering. They told me to go to kiosk. I said I am paying cash. They still said go to kiosk. I just walked out. Nope. Lol. Agree with all except number 14. I like my Bluetooth earbuds, but peeps should be able to plug in if they so choose. The best and cheapest coffee is a teaspoon of instant in a cup of water in a microwave for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Cost is less than a quarter. I like to watch funny animal videos on Yahoo. What I do not like is to have an Insta account to watch some of them. Why should I have to have coupons on my phone? Good old paper coupons are much more convenient. If somehow an enemy figures out how to disable all our tech stuff, we'll be in a world of hurt. This new Yahoo site, Hate the Mail. It took a lot of work to unlock my Venmo account so I could transfer money out of it. Their phone number had no option that led to a human. I agree with most of these. Plastic twist tops on paper milk or creamer cartons. The cardboard used to be opened at the top, making a nice pointed spout that could be folded back end to close. Now creamers have those handy twist-off spouts coming out the side, and there's always a spoonful of milk that can't come out in the end. Or even worse, they're in a big, thick plastic bottle with a top that snaps open and closed, which patters everything with product anytime you use it. Same with laundry detergent jugs. Talk about a ton of plastic to store a bunch of watered-down detergent. I just buy the Gain or Ariel powder in the thin bag or cardboard box. Updates that don't seem to have user input. Yahoo making their mail program more intensive to use. Have to hover over first account to see if the other two have new messages. Have to open a folder to see spam messages. Etc., etc. Have sent much feedback. Internet access has gotten ridiculously expensive. The need to pay for cable TV to be able to watch TV programs is highway robbery. You have to rent, purchase additional equipment and pay fees for it all monthly. If you want to watch special movies or sports events, a big increase in price for accessibility to be able to view those as well. Dishes don't work well in stormy weather and the old-time antenna on the roof doesn't provide much at all. We allowed this to happen and there's nothing I've had a rather successful sales career in a couple different industries. Today's CRM, customer relationship management. Software is the absolute worst thing to happen to business. I spend more time with this garbage than I do actually working with customers and potential customers. I've met trainers from Salesforce, by far the worst, that did not know how to use their own software or how it does anything to help with actual sales. I've turned down two very lucrative jobs because the companies used Salesforce. The only one that comes remotely close to being usable in any way has been Microsoft Dynamics, and that's pushing it. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you like it, please thumbs up.